Then the book of Psalms are not arranged in a haphazard sort of way. Great many people think that they're arranged in just that way. I heard this statement made by a scientist. I have a statement in my book, How It All Began, and he said the chance of evolution working is just the same as taking all the letters of the alphabet and putting them in a tub and shaking them up and expect to bring out of it Webster's dictionary. Just wouldn't come together like that. Now, a great many people think that the Psalms were dropped in a tub or a barrel and shaken up, and then when they were brought out, that's the way they were put together. But they are arranged orderly. Fact of the matter is, it's been noted for years that the book of Psalms are arranged and correspond to the Pentateuch of Moses. There's the Genesis section, and there is the Exodus section, and I have that in my notes and outlines, but let me give it to you just in case you're riding along in a car. You can't look at the notes, or maybe you don't have them. The first 41 Psalms are the Genesis section. The Exodus section begins with Psalm 42, goes through 72. The Leviticus section begins with Psalm 73, goes through 89. The Numbers section begins with Psalm 90, goes through 106, and the Deuteronomy section begins with Psalm 107, goes through 150. Now you have a real correspondence. For instance, in this Genesis section that we're going to come to, why you have here man seen in a state of blessedness. That's Psalm 1, the perfect man. And then you have the fall and the recovery of man in view. Psalm 1 is the perfect man. Psalm 2, the rebellious man. Psalm 3, the perfect man rejected. Psalm 4, conflict between the seed of the woman and the serpent. Psalm 5, the perfect man in the midst of enemies. Psalm 6, the perfect man in the midst of chastisement, the bruising of his heel. And Psalm 7, the perfect man in the midst of false witnesses. And Psalm 8, the repair of man comes through man, the bruising of the head. All of this is here at the beginning, and we're going to see it in each one of the Psalms. In fact, Spurgeon put it like this. He says, the book of Psalms instructs us in the use of wings as well as words. It sets us both mounting and singing. And this is the book will make a skylark out of you instead of maybe another kind of bird, you see. 150 spiritual songs set to music for the tabernacle and temple. And I think every one of them was set to music. I think if David didn't write some of them, he certainly is the one that set them to music, those that were written in his day.